Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord and our unmodded playthrough, and I gotta say thank you very much for letting me know about the fact that the Noretza's Folly quest is no longer required as soon as you have a certain clan tier, and that is actually really quite fantastic. Now what I'd like to see is that restriction being removed completely, because I don't know, I feel like clan tier 4 is quite late to give you that functionality, because who knows, I've got the ability to have 75 units in my army at the moment. That is my maximum capacity, and I only have clan tier 2. So I personally feel like I should be able to create my own kingdom from probably clan tier 3 and above, but obviously that is, I mean, you've got to obviously put some kind of restriction on it of some kind, I suppose, but anyway, I just wanted to express my appreciation for those of you that let me know about that, because obviously some of these things are going to be somewhat hidden unless you spend a relatively decent amount of time perusing around the changelog and the patch notes and so on and so forth. But that's the thing. Usually what I like to do is I like to experience it firsthand, see exactly what is going to be conveyed without anyone taking a look at the notes, because that's the thing. That's good conveyance then, you see what I mean? Because obviously conveyance is a pretty important thing in a game. If you know anything about game development, then you'll know that conveyance is something that very much is required in most aspects, and whether that is conveyed by the UI design or the UX design, or whether it's completely UI-less, you know, whether it's got no interface whatsoever, it has to convey what the player needs to do through gameplay itself, or through tooltips, or through something else. So if I don't have that information in the game and I need to consult some patch notes about it, then I don't think that's good game design. But that's just me. Obviously, I have not designed a game. I've not even designed mods. So obviously, I'm not really qualified to speak on that. But personally, conveyance to me is pretty important. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, I do have another level up. As you can see, we actually just gained a level right now. And I'm thinking we're probably going to be speccing into, I'm thinking scouting at the moment, but charm is also calling to me quite a bit. They still haven't added anything to Charm Extra 1, but obviously it's going to take me quite a while to get to that level, so it's probably not going to be that soon that I will get that. I'd like to actually spec into Endurance so that it makes it a little bit easier for our athletics to advance a little bit, and I'm actually going to be specking into Scouting as well, because personally I feel like Scouting is going to be really, really important for us later down the line, especially being able to have half food consumption and faster movement in hills and various other things like that. I think that is going to be quite important. We already have a medic technically, so we don't really need to worry about medicine or anything, so I'm pretty happy with that too. Anyway, I've just come back from Hanaki and gaining some additional iron ore. Obviously, I mean that's what we're going to do. And once I have sold the iron ore to Lycaron, I will be heading on over, I think, to Epicrotia. I think I'll probably head over there, but the problem with Epicrotia is that it is on the border with the Sturgians, and generally the villages around there do tend to get quite significantly raided, and that's kind of, yeah, it's a bit of a bone of contention about it for me, because I don't know whether that's going to be a really, it's perfect in regards to the travel time, as I spoke about in the previous episodes. It's perfect about that kind of stuff, but it is not so perfect in regards to being so close to the Sturgians, and indeed having a pretty difficult time actually having the villages available, you know what I mean? Because if you don't have the villages available and the villagers don't, actually transport their goods over into the town, then you're going to have some difficulties. Yeah, you're going to have some pretty massive difficulties making money at that place. So I'm thinking we're probably going to go to Maranath instead. Maranath does tend to be one of the, shall we say, slightly easier to defend towns, and I think that's personally going to be just that slight bit more simple to really deal with. Anyway, what do we have going on here? You know what? I actually wouldn't mind marrying someone. So I think I might marry into Regea's family, potentially. Shall I try to do that? Because she does have a daughter as far as I'm aware. So actually, let me just take a quick look and see if I can speak to her real quick. She obviously headed into the town. Well, that's okay. I guess we can head into the town as well and see if we can do a little bit of selling here at the same time. So let's actually just take a quick look. I don't think there's anything here for me, but there might be something for someone else. No, doesn't seem like it. All right, so we'll just sell that. 1,200, pretty nice, actually, pretty nice. And as you can see, the iron ore is 85 here. I actually bought it for 68 or around that number, and that's pretty good. Now, I am going to have to buy a little bit of grain here, maybe some fish, maybe some meat and grapes and so on and so forth, just a little bit, just to, get our food supplies a little bit raised. And we're going to, okay, yeah, it seems like someone has been busy taking all of the recruits. Rajaya, I'm looking at you right now. Yes. She certainly has been taking all the recruits. All right, so I would like to see... yeah, okay, so unfortunately, obviously, I can't really ask her about anything like that, but she does have a daughter, as far as I'm aware. Yes, Ira. Ira is her daughter. And there she is. So... where is she? Gorkaris, okay. So where is that? Ugh. I hope it's not too far away. Is it? No. I guess it is kind of far. It is kind of far. So we probably don't want to go over there right now. And we'll just... yeah, someone actually let me know in the comments as well. A very important strategy, or should we say game mechanic, is that if people's positions are not updating on the encyclopedia, you can literally just go into a nearby village and then exit, and then it will update again, which I think is really cool. So thanks for letting me know about that. That is actually very useful. And we're going to sell the iron ore here, as you can see, for a pretty decent amount. Not bad at all, 3,000. And technically, I would be able to buy another workshop right now. And I'm thinking we're probably going to do that. As I said, we're probably going to go to Maronath to do that. I think we're going to do that before we go and speak to Ira at the moment, because I don't know whether her name is Ira or Ira. It's probably Ira, no? Ira? Maybe. Anyway, the point is that we're going to go to Maronath, as I would like to get the passive income rolling. And we can only hope, I suppose, that the village is not going to be hugely raided nearby to it. And actually, just to touch upon the whole, clan tier 4 and above thing, and also owning a fief as well, by the way. That's another restriction of being able to create your own faction later down the line and being able to skip the Neretz's Folly quest. The thing is that generally, if I have, which I can no doubt you can see here, I have 75 troops. That's not actually that much, obviously, in the grand scheme of things. It really isn't. But you got to think to yourself, well, what about if I actually spend the time and the effort to literally go and, oh, wow, I think this guy's really good, isn't he? People with the red suffix after their name, or the red title, are actually really, really powerful units. And it seems like this guy's got 117 two-handed. He might be pretty fun to have in our army. You know what? Let's actually just speak to him. If he's too expensive, then I'm probably not going to do that. He's only 645. All right, yeah, let's do it. Why not? Why not? He should be pretty fun to watch, especially with a two-handed. Anyway, as I was saying, I personally feel like if I spend the effort and the time to level up an army of about 70 or so units, and they're all, tier 4, tier 5, maybe even tier 6, dependent on a variety of different factors. Let's say I have a bunch of those, and then I want to create my own faction, and I'm only clan tier 2. I wouldn't be able to do that, so I'd have to wait. But personally, I feel like in a sandbox kind of game, which is what this is, obviously, I think you should probably be able to do it no matter what. But anyway, we're going to go in here because the reward is a Woodland Axe. As you can see, it's actually a one-handed, and it might be something that we might want to end up using at some point, because being able to destroy shields is going to be pretty fun. Oh, hello. Okay, I have a two-hand... Oh, no. Yeah, I'm pretty awful with two-handed, as you can no doubt tell. Oh, never mind. Murdered. I murdered someone with it. I'm actually kind of surprised. Ah, no. No. Oh, thank you. Whew. These guys saved me. These guys saved my behind right there. Okay, come on now. Okay, come on. Don't get killed. Don't get killed. Ah, bunny. No. Okay, well, that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, come on, guys. You can do this. You can do this. You've got this. Something tells me we don't have this. Are we through? Yes. Okay. Whew. Okay, that was actually kind of harsh. A massive grand melee to be had right there. But we're going to be gaining some pretty nice money from this if we can actually survive. Another two-handed. Oh no. Oh dear. Yes, okay. Whew. Okay, oh, this is bad. Oh, never mind. Oh, nice. Oh, I timed that absolutely perfectly. Did you see that right there? Yeah, my blocking skills are absolutely awful. You know this. I know this. Everyone knows this. Even this guy that's never seen us before, except for this episode, knows it. Oh, yes. He certainly does. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that I'm going to die from Carfid here. Not in this one, that is, but in the next one. Oh, you're right there? Oh. Yeah, okay, so now you're not going to believe me about this, but I actually got distracted by a huge truck outside my window right now. That was the main reason why I failed on this. Yes, getting distracted. Isn't that wonderful? That is absolutely wonderful. So now I technically might have less than what I need to be able to buy a smithy here, but I can only hope that I will be able to. So let's have a look, because it might very well be a little bit cheaper than we think. If there is actually one here. There isn't? There isn't. This is actually very strange. I don't know why there wouldn't be. Okay, well, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to just buy the tannery and turn it into a smithy then. Of course, I don't have enough. Alright, so I did a fight with some forest bandits, about 11 of them. I just auto-resolved it. We lost 0 people, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. I thought we might lose a couple here and there, but we actually lost 0. And I didn't gain any level ups either, which I got to say is kind of weird. But there you go, we have enough money now, just about. And I'm going to be turning this into a smithy. And there you go, 14,800 spent. And that should give us a pretty decent amount. Should give us a decent amount. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, now it is about time that we go and try and marry into the Southern Empire. At least, well, try and gain someone so that we can start having children at the earliest that we possibly can, so that if I do end up dying in a horrible, horrible accident, because there is, as far as I'm aware, a terminal illness kind of system going on in the game, and if that very much does affect us, if it actually is implemented at the moment, because it might not be, but if it is, then obviously I would like to be able to have some kind of insurance, because if Barney II dies, then that's it, we're done, you know, that's all she wrote, basically. Anyway, we, as you can no doubt tell, are having some kind of bad wages at the moment, and as you can see, not any of my people leveled up. None of these guys leveled up. No, none of these Imperial recruits or anything like that. Guess my archers just absolutely murdered the forest bandits, because if in a simulation you're having archers against archers, usually it's going to be the archers gaining the kills, and that's how it's going to go. Actually, let's go into these mountain bandits right here, because I'm a bit worried about my money situation at the moment. Until the next workshop starts kicking in, it might take a little bit of time, and I don't really want to have a situation where we are in a bad position. Look at this. I'm losing no one. I'm losing no one. So it might very well be that in this version, they've kind of tweaked the bandits a little bit, and they've made them less lethal, because obviously in the live version, or at the very least, as far as I'm aware, in the live main version of the game, the bandits actually do inflict casualties in auto-resolve. Mostly, even the low-tier units, even the low-tier looters will be able to do that. So that's actually kind of interesting. Okay, so let's see where she actually has gone now. Last seen in Melion Castle, which I had actually hoped was this one, but this is Marinia Castle, so that's not going to really work. So where is that one? Oh, Phykeon is actually under siege as well. Ooh, a hideout is perfect. All right, we've got a... that's what happens to me in these kinds of games. RPGs, sandbox games, I'm like, okay, we have this one goal. this one goal will be to do this one thing. And then all of a sudden I have 10 other goals appear before me in literally no time at all. And then I think to myself, oh, okay, we must do this, we must do that, and we must do this. And then I completely forget about the main objective. But that's the beauty of these kinds of games. I absolutely love the whole, you can get sidetracked really, really fast, because that actually does mean that the greatest adventures, in my opinion at least, this might, you might not share my opinion on this, might not share my thoughts on it, but the point is that the greatest adventures are when you go off the beaten path. That's the kind of thing that is, in my opinion, is going to, take the road less traveled, so to speak. So if you do have a situation to go into a hideout and fight a duel with a bandit boss, which I actually, what does he have? He's got a sword. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go and kill them, because I think he's probably got better fighting skills than I have. So probably don't want to really go in there against him. At least at the moment. We are actually losing quite a few people here, but that is to be expected, not too bad. And we are going to gain some experience for some of our other people as well. Not entirely sure why I'm gaining medicine skill. I'm not the surgeon by any means. I certainly have not done that. But, oh well, never mind. Oh, hello there. See, now this is exactly what I mean. If I had not gone into this hideout, I would not have gained this cloak, and I wouldn't be looking, oh yeah, mighty fine. Do you see that? Yeah, he's looking pretty hilarious now, and not in keeping with his style whatsoever, but, that's fine. That is fine. All right. So I can actually sell wine at Maranath for a pretty decent amount as well, which is pretty good. But anyway, let's take a look at our new companion here. He might need something. Oh, wow, yeah, he's wearing a pretty terrible torso piece. And we should probably give him a two-handed sword. All things considered, we should really give him a two-handed sword. He has none at the moment. He has a one-handed, which I actually would like to see changed as well. So if there is, also charm leveling up is really nice. But yeah, if there is a companion that specializes in two-handed weapons, I feel like they should come with a two-handed weapon already equipped. But that's just me, that's just me. I feel like those kinds of things are not even that important at this stage in development whatsoever. All right, so Phykeon has actually been taken, so I'm very happy that I did not build my smithy there, even though we're still not a part of the Southern Empire at the moment. I mean, quite obviously we are not a part of them at this time, just generally because we want to do a little bit of building up our economy. That's the thing. You've got to remember that economy is pretty much the most important thing in many different situations. And you don't want to be in I don't want to sell my wine here if at all possible, or any of my trade goods actually. I feel like selling this stuff is absolutely fine here, just so that we can gain a little bit of grain and things. But yeah, anyway, the economy, especially in Bannerlord and in Warband, is generally going to be the most important thing for you, because if you can't pay your troops, then you're done, You're just going to get bankrupted, and you won't be able to pay anyone, and you won't be able to buy anything. You won't be able to buy, troops or gear or anything. So yeah, economy is very important. And as you can see, I can actually sell the wine here and the linen and the leather for much, much more than I was able to before, which is very, very nice. And obviously the grain is still extremely cheap here for some reason. What's actually going on with that? Why is the grain super cheap here when they have no food whatsoever? That's actually kind of weird, but I guess I'm going to sell the grapes and the meat and all that stuff just to gain a small profit here and there. And then we're going to see... Okay, so she's at Myzea. Wow, that's actually kind of amazing that she's at Myzea that soon. Yeah, that is her mother. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Wow, she's an absolute beast, as you can see. Look at this. She's got 190 in riding. She's got 190 in polearms. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool. Okay, so Myzea is actually right up here, which, amusingly enough, is actually part of the Crusade. So I would assume that she's probably doing a raid or indeed a siege of some kind, which is going to put her in pretty big jeopardy. So I hope that she's going to be able to get out of here relatively soon. I think she's probably raiding this. No. Okay, who are they actually at war against anyway? It seems like they're at war against the Northern Empire or something. Okay, so she was last seen at Myzea 1 day ago. You know what we should probably do? Let's take a look at the kingdoms, see who they're at war against. Yeah, they are at war against the Khuzait, as you can see. So I don't know where she's gone. Ah, she might be raiding this over here. Krotor's party. She might be part of Krotor's party or something. Potentially. Bear in mind that, remember, we can go into a village and we can refresh the results of the encyclopedia. But here's the thing. Now I don't need to worry so much about running out of money, because we have 2 workshops up and running. Those workshops, even if they're not doing exceedingly great, they're going to still give me a small profit every single day. And that's all that we want. That's all that we ask for from them. It's pretty good to do that. Okay, so let's see. Last seen at Mysia. So does that mean she's actually in the prison? I would assume that she's actually in the prison. Can I break her out of there? Now that's a thing. That's a thing that I am actually very intrigued by. The notion that we might very well be able to break her out. That would give us a massive amount of relation as well with her clan, and it might make it easier for us to, you know, get a bit of a marriage proposal going. So we'll see if we can maybe sneak in. Ah, yes, okay. So we paid 500 gold to be able to get in here. And now here's the thing. This is where she is. So she's in the dungeon and among other people, actually. So if I actually go into the dungeon here, bear in mind that I'm not at war against the Khuzait, so I actually did not have to sneak in. So I'm actually unsure how prison breaks actually work in Bannerlord. I have not done them before, and I don't even know whether they are implemented. I don't know whether their functionality is available. So it's going to be interesting to find out if it is indeed. I know that you can go in here and you can speak to the prisoners. As you can see, there's someone here, but it doesn't look as though this is someone I can actually speak to, which is interesting in itself. Where are they? Are they here? No. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit convoluted. Oh, there we go. Never mind. This is actually them. And as you can see, I cannot do anything. I can't... I mean, obviously I can't hit the gate. I mean, that doesn't make sense, but it would make sense for me to be able to hit off the lock and try and get them out of here, but I can't even speak... Oh, I can speak to them if... There we go. If I try and fade through the gate, and I can actually speak to them this way. I'm not allowed to talk with you. Ah, that's what he says. I'm not allowed to talk with you. Okay, so what about this guy? Is he the guy that I need to speak to for the keys? No, that doesn't seem to be the case. So I would assume that... Oh, hello. Nope. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to be able to do anything here. I think the only way that we could potentially stage a prison break of some kind is if we were a part of the Southern Empire. I think that's pretty much the only way we could do it. Yeah, I mean, the way that it worked in Warband, if you don't know, is that you spoke to a guard and you said, hey, give me the keys. And then he'd be like, stop criminal scum. And then, you know, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, no thanks. And then you would try to defeat him in battle while you were being attacked by a bunch of other people at the same time. So, yeah, seems like these guys are all in the dungeon there. I guess I'll do a tournament because there is actually some pretty nice armor here, and it would be quite nice to get that for our new companion if at all possible. So bear in mind that obviously this is a Khuzait tournament, so we might have a little bit better luck doing this in comparison to doing the other ones. Like, for example, Botania. I feel like Botania is probably one of my worst places to do a tournament, just sheerly for the fact that they have such incredible two-handed weapon proficiency, most of their units, and they're very difficult to defeat because I'm just generally bad with two-handed blocking. So it's really nice that we were able to, you know, almost win that other one. But anyway, let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. This is better. I've got to be really careful about these guys on their feet. Maybe not. You know what? I'm going to try and take out this guy. Surgical strike. Oh, you know what? I was thinking to myself, yeah, I'm going to attack them. Going to attack them really, really nicely right there. But no, of course not. Oh, nice. 41 damage. Kill him. You can do it. You can do it, sir. Oh, there we go. Oh, 64 damage. Nice. That's actually pretty good. Nice. There we go. We took him down, and we still have the... Oh, yeah, the Crusade Heavy Horse Archer on the field. That's kind of harsh. 37 damage to Normand. It's actually Normand that we're up against right here. And we took him down. There we go. All right. Your team qualified. Very nice. And we are now on the... Oh, no. This is bad. Okay, yeah, this is really bad. I have a Watchman. As you can see, the Watchman has literally the worst gear in the history of man, and is going to literally be killed very easily indeed. Okay, I'm just trying to be very strategic here in the way that I actually hit the enemy. Oh, we got him. Whew. Okay. Who's holding their breath? Me? Me? Show of hands? Yes, me. Anyway, yes, now we have to fight the Watchman, which is actually going to be kind of hilarious, because if he kills me, this is going to be one of the greatest upsets ever. But it's highly unlikely, as you can see. He's just outmatched in almost every respect, even against Barney II, who does not have a huge amount of one-handed weapon proficiency. But there we go. We actually won a tournament. Can you believe it? Oh, I can't. I really can't. But there you go. That's very nice indeed. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, the helmet is actually on par with what I'm using. So I'm just going to go down the line here and just going to give people an upgrade all the way across. And that is very nice indeed. All right, so we're going to have to wait and see what happens with Ira and whether she's actually going to be released at some point. But first, we actually do have a charm skill point. When introducing yourself to lords for the first time, have a 10% chance to gain 2 relation with them. I think I'm going to be taking that instead of the barter penalty. We're not playing a trader character or anything like that, so taking the barter penalty is probably not necessary, or at least I hope. Well, maybe it is. I'm not entirely sure, but well, whatever the case, we have now gotten 2 workshops up and running, which is fantastic. And I can continue to do that trade route. I can continue to go to the various places that sell iron ore. There's actually a bunch of other places that sell iron ore as well. I think there's one next to Sesterdime Castle as well. Isn't there? No, that's silver ore, hardwood, sheep. There is actually something else. I think it's... Where do I remember with the iron ore being now? It was along a mountain range of some kind. I mean, I know there's obviously a whole bunch next to Epicrotia, which would be probably pretty good for us to go for. Seems like... is the Southern Empire going to get killed? It seems like they're losing. Yeah, it actually seems like they're losing against the Crusade, which is going to be a rude awakening indeed, because I actually wanted to play with the Southern Empire this time. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.